I certainly know a ton of people that just love the craft industry. Why do you think it's gotten so big in the past decade?
I think there's a bunch of things. One is I think people are increasingly supportive of brands that they feel like they have a genuine connection with. And there are a lot of big companies that have managed to do that really effectively through great marketing campaigns. But it's kind of hard to beat that connection at a community level. And breweries across the country are community gathering places. They're part of their communities. They're supporting local charities. They're doing the work. And I think that connection is what is winning a lot of the support of consumers. I think the other thing is that has really driven it, and the success of the industry is the success of taprooms. These are spaces that, like, by the way, when we opened, we weren't even legally allowed to sell a pint of beer over the bar. That didn't happen until 2013. So these are really recent changes to the regulatory environment. But the tap rooms are just these unbelievable gathering places where people can hang out with their friends. And they're also often these super unstructured environments where you're playing cornhole or you're playing arcade games and you're just hanging out. And they're just fun places to be that have become part of the culture. So if people are spending their Saturdays, instead of the malls they were going to in the 90s and early 2000s, now they're spending their Saturday afternoon at a brewery tap room. That's a huge shift that the brewery world is winning a lot of that business. Just like, hey, it's 3:00 on Saturday. What do you want to do for the next 3 hours? I think brewery tap rooms have been one of the most popular destinations to answer that question.
Yeah, 100%. I think I agree on that on all cylinders. My wife and I, friends of mine, like exactly what you just said, Saturday or Sunday afternoon. I don't know, like what's close by. And it's like, okay, well, Jack's Abbey has a massive place to go and hang out in. It's great food. It's great beer. It's just a fun, casual place to go to. And it's just more enjoyable than, a mall. Your business, it's huge, right? Like Jack's Abbey, like when you walk in, that seating area is just massive. It's a cool atmosphere. It's just a cool place to hang out in. It's very laid back. Tell us about, I know you guys were at the other location and you grew out of it. How much thought was it to go into like as big of a place as this? Were you ever curious or were you ever afraid that you weren't going to be able to fill up? It's such a massive, massive place.
We were terrified. Yeah, we were absolutely quaking in our boots, terrified. We went from 12,000 square feet to 67,000 square feet overnight. So, and then added another 63,000 square feet. So we're up to 130,000 square feet now. It's a ton of space. We had a plan to make it work, but really no idea if it would or wouldn't. We thought it would, we thought it should, it could, and it did, which is great, but it was definitely a pretty terrifying leap to take. Looking back on it and all the things we didn't know, I'm not sure that I necessarily would have the guts to make that decision over again, because I think a little bit of naivety can help you make it through that. But yeah, there was a ton of optimism and excitement that was very much so on a seesaw up and down with fear and nervousness of what it would take to make it all work.
You guys are connected to Springdale as well, right?
Yeah, it's all one company. Jack's Abbey and Springdale are all one company. So that's the two buildings. It's all on one lot. The buildings are actually connected, but the Jack's building on one side and the Springdale building on the other. So the Jack's Abbey building has most of the production facilities, and the first floor of the Springdale building is mostly storage at this point, and upstairs of Springdale is the Springdale tap room and then our barrel aging facilities.